TK421.
Oh! What is up, everybody? Welcome to Kref.
Welcome, my friends.
So happy that you're here because today is episode number 14 of The Bad Batch.
Yes.
We got 2 episodes after this left, people. That is not a lot of episodes
We are
left.
approaching the end
I
slowly
know.
but surely.
It has been a long journey. And
Yeah,
there's been
it
some
has
ups.
felt long.
Yeah,
it has felt long.
let's be
I'm gonna
honest.
admit,
There's
yeah.
been some ups, there's been some downs.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that the last episode was kind of a mixed bag for most people.
Mm-hmm.
From what I read, a lot of people didn't like it. For us personally, I thought it was fine.
It had some good aspects to it.
I think for me, it's important not to raise the standard too high because unlike shows like The Mandalorian or Loki, where every episode has to matter, in this case, it's not so much. Some episodes are fillers.
You're trying to build out a world. You're trying to build out and flesh out these characters, kind of.
Yeah, and in some ways, like spending more time with these characters in any capacity helps you to empathize with them, helps you to care about them, which I think is the long-term goal.
Yeah, 14 episodes in, I do start to see the benefit of The Mandalorian, WandaVision, all these shows being like 7 episodes, 6 episodes.
Right.
I get it. Yeah, I do get it.
At the same time, though, I think the long-term plan here, Dave Filoni we trust, obviously. I think it's just for us to really start caring about these characters. And that's really what's on the table, I think, right now, is do we care a lot about the Bad Batch and Omega? Omega, certainly.
Yeah.
You know, but I would say the Bad Batch in general, they just very... I don't know. They're very one-dimensional to me, but that might change with this episode. Hopefully, we get back on track with the whole crosshair, going after them thing. I mean, this episode is called War-Mantle, which sounds like a promising title to me. It sounds like a promising title to me. So we will see, guys. If you're here for the first time, welcome.
Thanks
so
for being here.
You. We do reviews, we do reactions to movies, TV shows, all the things that we love. And so, if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel.
That would be great.
And with that out of the way, let's get into it.
Let's get started. All right. Do this.
All right, guys.
Ready. War-Mantle. What war?
It's promising.
Which mantle?
Eternal questions.
Mantalorian?
I shouldn't laugh at that. That was good. Is this the fate of all the clones?
What?
Being hunted.
Those look
this?
like other clones.
Ah, Camino. Oh, you
Camino.
see? Oh, you see the ships?
Oh yeah. All right.
we go.
All right. That's what I want to see.
Here we go.
The operation.
Ensure every viable clone is mobilized.
Whoa.
I don't like the sound
We're
of that.
mobilizing the clones?
For what?
What are we mobilizing the clones for?
We have our orders. Keep an
We
eye
have our orders.
until the time is right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
This is how it starts.
Yeah.
We're just moving you temporarily. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
The Empire has canceled all their contracts.
They canceled the contracts. Here we go. Here we go.
Surely we will find
Other clients? I don't think
No.
so. I don't think so, sister.
Sorry. What would they do with the clones?
Oh,
Whoa.
if that's not a secret clone facility.
Oh, heck yeah. I like how that looks.
This looks squads of clone troopers.
So far,
Interesting,
normal.
interesting.
Updated their armor.
Updated their armor, you say?
Oh, shoot.
Their armor, you say?
And on Skeko Minor when you rescued me. I'd still be trapped in that place if you hadn't.
Damn.
Ooh, got him.
Speaking the truth.
Got him.
The truth.
Oh, Omega's rubbing off on all of them.
I know.
This guy give a little speech.
Yeah.
I've said
This is an interesting mission. We're gonna infiltrate an Imperial base, a secret Imperial base, with clones with upgraded armor.
Yeah. What are they doing at this base? I
And
wonder?
why do they have upgraded armor if they're getting rid of the clones?
Yeah. Kind of reminds me when
They-
Obi-Wan is sneaking around
Yeah.
the Death Star.
That music is exactly the same.
Yep. Yeah, it is exactly the same.
I feel like that music is so perfect for like long hallways and
Yeah.
stuff.
Empty corridors.
Empty, yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Those look like kind of like the Republic Commando.
No, look at their
Oh, yeah,
faces.
you're right.
They look like
Straight up
stormtroopers.
stormtroopers. I mean, you can hear the music, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely Stormtrooper music.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man, that was a nice touch. That was a nice touch.
Interesting.
This is 50 clone
Interesting.
commandos and 1,000 TK troopers.
T-
trooper.
TK
You're not
troopers.
familiar with that designation.
TK421.
Oh man.
25. All of
TK421, why aren't you at your post?
Troopers.
Oh man.
All right.
That's
all right.
crazy.
All right. All right.
Ooh.
We're here now.
We here.
We're here.
We out. I feel like Gregor was kind of like the crazy one from what I
These are
remember.
not clone troopers.
They're not clone troopers.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Ah.
TKs
Replacements.
are not clones.
Nope.
So I guess this is maybe like the starting facility of these new types of TK troopers.
Right.
So yeah, so basically they're having the clones teach the new stormtroopers.
Wow. The replacements
That
have
sucks.
to teach the newbies stuff. Yeah, they're not very competent yet, though.
No, still early.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
They're never that
they're never that
competent.
competent. Yeah, they should have stuck with the clones.
Yeah. Oh!
Hey. Whoa, those are legit clone. That's a legit clone commando. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh!
Dude, he just.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh!
How is he not dead,
Jeez! Oh!
bro? That sounded like when Anakin's pod racer. Oh man,
Shoot!
they're really leaving him behind.
Oh man, didn't see this coming.
A disturbing matter has been brought to my attention.
Oh,
This was gathering medical personnel. A scientist I have use for.
A scientist?
A politician. I do not.
Oh, shoot! They're gonna kill the Prime Minister! Oh my gosh! They're just gonna execute him?
You know what they're gonna use her for? Grogu, Palpatine.
Oh, Crosser!
Uh-oh.
I figured you show up. Yeah. All right, guys, that was the Bad Batch episode number 14. Boy, a lot to talk about. This was a good one. I think to me, what stuck out the most, Chris, and tell me if you agree with this, is the whole thing with the Kaminoans and the clones and how we finally get to see how the clones get phased out, so to speak,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yep.
that was the big burning
Yep.
question,
Yep,
right?
yep.
How they get phased out. And I mean, I always kind of speculated. I thought they got hunted down or something, but it looks like there's just such overwhelming numbers of people trying to join the Empire that eventually they just get obsolete.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess that seems appropriate, but I thought it was going to be more dramatic, but who knows? There's still time, right?
See, I'm finally starting to understand with this episode how Dave Filoni thinks. Let me explain to you all what I mean. What they do with Dave Filoni. This is what I think what happens, right? The Lucasfilm executives come to Dave Filoni and they're like, listen, we need a show that takes place right after episode 3.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And they're like, we want to kind of show how the Empire transitioned to basically control everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I guess I could do that. So let me think, what could the show be about? We could do like, maybe like Republic traders. No, that's not cool enough. Or how about, the people that, some senators in the Republic or something. No, that's not, we did Rebels already. Why don't we take a new spin? How about a group of clones and there's like Omega, like a little kid. Let's do it that way. Because honestly, it doesn't matter. Think about The Mandalorian. The same thing with Mandalorian. They went to him and they were like, you know what? We need a show that takes place after Return of the Jedi from a unique perspective. Okay, we could take the place of maybe like Princess Leia and like what they're doing after the fact. Like, no, we kind of did that already. How about a Mandalorian and Baby Yoda? It's like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And he just takes those interesting perspectives and makes a show around basically telling the story of that time period.
Yeah.
And so with this show, it's like, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
They just chose to do the Bad Batch. And what this show is really about is how the Empire took over, how
but
all these little
here's my
steps took place.
Here's my problem, though, right? There's been a lot of padding in this show, right? Because this is episode what, 14 out of 16, and there was the details, so to speak, about this whole transitionary period has been kind of skin. I know they've been doing.
You can't just do that. You can't just.
I know.
You have to develop these characters.
And the thing is, have the characters even been developed? Right?
Yeah.
Omega. Yes. The rest of the Bad Batch, no.
Here's where I disagree with you. I would say they've all developed in the same way. They haven't developed individually. They've all developed the same way. Before, they were like a group of clone troopers that just did the job and kind of did their thing. Now they're a little bit more open to helping people and things like that.
I guess.
That's it. I'm not saying there's any more development. That's it.
Let's be honest. I like this episode personally because it feels like we're back on track, so to speak. Because the last episode was so like, okay, there's like, creatures underneath the planet, and it's like, whatever. Right? This feels more on track because Hunter gets left behind, then Crosshair finally shows up. Though there was really no hunting. Because, what did he tell the Admiral? He's like, can I go after them?
Yeah. There was really
he didn't actually go after them.
Yeah.
I was like, when's that going to happen? Maybe he's going to go after the rest
of
them.
There was a little bit, but it didn't really amount to much.
It wasn't him.
Yeah.
On top of that is the fact that the good stuff in this episode, the meat of this episode, was the whole stuff with the Kaminoans and, learning more about the clones and stuff. But even that was like, okay, great. I mean, did I really, was that a burning question in my mind? Where did the clones go? It's like, yeah, sure. But did you need a whole show to explain that? Not really.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's just be straight up, right?
But here's the thing, right? We don't know what the big sort of events are because things are happening gradually. Where it's okay. Now we have TK units. Now we have this. The helmets are new.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling there's some big thing coming in the next 2 episodes that it's like, okay, this is like one of the key events, and this show is kind of using these characters kind of lead up to that.
But here's the thing. If we're going to be pulling a Mandalorian again, where it's like in the last episode, Vader shows up and it's like, that's supposed to redeem the whole show. I'm like, that's my issue, right? Because it's like, does the end justify the entire journey we went through? And look, I love Omega, right? She's fantastic. But at the same time, if I wasn't a diehard Star Wars fan, this show objectively would have just been kind of like this to me, right? Because the characters individually are not strong enough to warrant this many episodes, this kind of journey. There hasn't been a lot of growth, so to speak, aside from Omega.
To be honest, like, I don't really care about growth. Like, I don't need growth from anybody. Like, in The Mandalorian, I didn't care about his character growth. I cared about one thing only. Where are the Jedi? Who's getting control? Where are the Sith at? That's all I cared about. In this series, I don't care about that.
If the show...
Hold on. In this series, I don't care about character growth. I don't care about, does Hunter come to some realization? I don't care about any of that. All I care about is one thing.
I disagree.
Here's the thing.
I disagree.
You could disagree. That's fine. But from the beginning, I didn't care about these characters. Omega, I kind of care about. I don't need them to progress. Yeah, but all I care about is this is an avenue for me to discover more information about this era. That's it.
I disagree because
that's it.
More information is not necessarily a good thing because look, in the previous trilogy, right? You had 6, 7, 8, right? We learned more about the Emperor. The Emperor had like a son. Cool. More information. Nobody cares. What I care about are characters that I want to care about that will lead me through the Star Wars universe. Because otherwise, it's just more exposition. I'm like, it's cool to learn about the clones and stuff. Great.
That's all I care about.
But then at the end of the day, it's like, okay,
I don't care.
Because we're getting to the point of too much, right? Of diminishing returns here with Star Wars, where it's like, okay, cool, we learned more about Han Solo's background.
But
was anybody really asking?
But here's
the
thing:
no.
If the character's not a Jedi or a Sith, do you really care?
Yeah, I mean, what about Mandalorian? I care about that.
About his character development or just about what he does?
Yeah, but that's a Dave Filoni problem. That's not a me problem. That's a Dave Filoni problem.
What do you mean?
Because if Dave Filoni's like, okay, well, we can just shove, Grogu in front of there and Mandalorian guy, then nobody will notice that there's no character development. Yeah, there's a lot of other shows out there with the same episode count that it's willing to go the character development route, like Captain America Winter Soldier, right? You had great character growth from Sam and from Bucky. And I'm like, oh, but we can't do this in 16 episodes with a group of characters? I'm sorry.
Maybe it's just me personally, but with Star Wars, like, I really stopped caring about, like, character development after Anakin. Like, to me, like, Rey, I didn't really care about.
Yeah, but that's a problem with
No, it's not. It's not a problem for me. It's not a problem. That's what you don't understand. It's not a problem for me.
It's a problem for me.
Like, I could care less. I just want to see more Jedi, more dark sabers, more all that stuff. I don't need the character development.
You can have
I don't need both.
I'm sorry.
I don't need both.
No. You have to have both because otherwise, right, the Star Wars franchise as a whole can't last because there's every day Netflix, right, all these, they're constantly coming out with new universes, new things. And it's like Star Wars has been riding on nostalgia for so long, right? And this episode proved it. Oh, cool. We learned more about the stormtroopers, TK. I mean, you saw us freak out, but it's a symptom of a much larger issue, which is the fact that we're riding on this nostalgia train and pretty soon it's going to derail. Okay. Anyway, so this episode, right? Okay, it was definitely better than the previous
so
episode.
what's your score?
Okay. Because of, again, the nostalgia factor, I can't help but like that stuff. I would give this episode a 9.2 out of 10. How about you?
Actually, I'd go a little bit higher, maybe like a 9.4.
Okay,
it's a good episode.
Fine.
All right, guys, that was our reaction and review of The Bad Batch episode 14. Thank you for being here as always. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you very much. You get a fist bump. The watch time really does help us, so we do appreciate you. Let us know in the comments. Do you agree with our crazy rant at the end, or do you disagree? Who do you agree with? Do you think that this character development stuff needs to happen more or less? What do you think about these new I guess stormtrooper / clone trooper
what do you think
things
about this
going
episode
on
in particular? You know, there's a lot that happened.
Do you like the direction the show is going?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. We always like to read your comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe and like the video. We do appreciate.
Yes.
And thank you very much for being here. As always, we'll see you guys next time.
See you on the next one.
Bye.